So, does the new Toxic Avenger remake live up to the original, or does it come off as another desperate cash grab remake? Eh, I didn't love it or hate it as much as some of my friends. I will say that it was pretty funny, and they did do a good job of retaining a lot of the gore. You know, my gripes with this were really surrounding the really bad acting and characters, and a lot of the gore is bad digital gore CGI crap. Having said that, I mean, it was fun. It's pretty funny. It's worth watching. You're not going to be too disappointed, but I know Die Hard's going to die hard, and I also know modern remake's going to modern. So it is a bit of a difference in tone. Also, I don't know if you heard that hype rumor that was going around about no company would pick this up because it was too extreme. Nah, nah. It's got some gore to it, but it's nothing like any recent releases you might have seen, like maybe Terrifier or The Sadness or anything like that. A couple minor gripes before we really get into it. The Toxie transformation was a pretty big letdown. I'm not saying the original was fantastic either, but this one's really just a bunch of CGI and a digital mishmash with overlays, and it was just pretty mid. I would take the original's skin bubbling stuff over this any day. And what the fuck is with the weird little puppet bird that was in there? Like, that wasn't in the original. The Street Trash remake had a weird little puppet too. Like, is this a thing now? Are we putting puppets in remakes instead of practical effects? All right, so getting into the characters. Sort of spoilers here, but not really. I mean, I'm not going to go into anything you couldn't find on Google, watching trailers, or reading letterboxed reviews. Um, to start off, Elijah Wood's character was super weak. I mean, just pitiful. I felt bad for the guy. Kevin Bacon's acting was so bad. And I know that's the character. I know that's what they wrote it as, but like he came off like some kind of Tom Bilyeu mashup with one of those Silicon Valley biohacker tech bros. And the persona was not far off either. That Blumhouse Wolfman, though. The mobsters in this that he works for, they all look like something out of the Flagrant podcast. Like, I've seen all of these guys in a Joe Rogan Comedy Sphere video somewhere. Why, why is Andrew Schultz wearing bright orange pants and shooting at Toxie? And the boss looks like a fucking thumb. Ah. And then there's the replacement, the infamous the Mexican place scene, which you know if you've seen the original. In this one, there's some guys bitching about Mr. Meat becoming Miss Meat. And there's a guy that just keeps pestering this blind woman about, are you triggered? Are you triggered? Are you triggered? Like, oh my God, bro. The pandering here is off the charts. I hate when modern remakes do this. And then there's my least favorite characters of all.
Summon the nuts.
Okay, summoning the nuts.
The Killer Nuts. Oh my God. These guys are like a juggalo new metal band or something that are also the henchmen hired to try and kill Toxie. Like, what, dude? What? They look ridiculous. And of course they play music. Of course there's, scenes of them performing their songs, and they sound exactly like you would expect a band that looks like that to sound. They're so bad, it's embarrassing. And, if we go back to the 84 Toxie, like, yeah, the gym crew were absolute scumfucks, and they were detestable murderers. And, they were written that way to be very hateable. So it was very satisfying to see them get theirs later on in the film. With the Killer Nuts, on the other hand, they're just embarrassingly bad. They're so bad, you guys. And not to go full spoilers here, but when they do get theirs, it's a corny CGI disaster. It's the least satisfying kills in the movie. Okay, so I hated all the supporting characters. You got me. Peter Dinklage's Toxie, on the other hand, though, is actually pretty good. It's definitely a different spin on the story. He is a hardworking, struggling father, just dealing with crippling medical debt and trying to do right by his son. So, as a father myself, that hits home. That was heartwarming. Uh, JJ's character, as you know, the woman hell bent on exposing the evil corporation, that was great. Their chemistry together was great. So, see, I don't think they all sucked, but overall, my real gripes with this were the weak characters and the really bad CGI. Does it live up to the hype? Depends. Are you a diehard that was going into this expecting over the top offensive humor, kids getting ran over, dogs getting shot, SA scenes? I mean, tons of practical gore. If those are your expectations, then yeah, you're going to be let down. Are you going into this completely blind? Have you never seen a Toxie movie before? Or do you maybe just love modern remakes for some weird reason? But if so, you're going to have a good time. You're definitely going to have a good time. Um, it's funny as hell. It's got plenty of gore and it's pretty action packed. I mean, I would say they did the original justice. I say that begrudgingly, but they did. So, and as an added bonus, they're donating a portion of the ticket sales to undo medical debt, which helps people with, crippling medical debt. Duh. So that's cool. That's something I definitely support. I'll put a link in the description for that. But even if you hated the movie, at least some of your ticket price went to a good cause, right? So what do you think? Let me know in the comments how you think it stacks up to the original. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.